Jesus. That's like the least amount. Let's do that. All right. Now, first we're going to fuck with this real quick. Okay. The big question is these fitting? Okay. Smaller these screw heads. Oh god, they're tiny. Jesus. Let's see what I got. Let's see, where is this remote? I don't know if I can. I don't know if I have. Wait. Maybe. Let's try that out. Fuck yeah, it's gonna work. Ah! Maybe. That's awesome. Check that out. Awesome. Okay. So for laser cutting, what you want is you want some sort of honeycomb underneath your piece. Okay. So you have airflow underneath it, and you don't cause as many fires. But honeycombs, especially large size honeycombs for a diode like this, they get pricey. So I saw a guy, I would say who he was if I could remember who he was. Perforated piece of metal. This is 12 by 12 because I want to make sure it worked first. What's up, Pierce? The whiskey is delicious, my friend. It's always better when the kids are home. So perforated steel. And then these guys, these little tiny spikes that you put on like cosplay clothing and stuff. And like if you're around in the 80s and early 90s, like the spikes that people would have on like gloves and leather jackets and stuff like that. And what you can do is you can screw those through here. And by doing that, you give yourself a metal backer and some lift. And I was just making sure that all the stuff fit. So check that out. So now I can put these wherever I want, right? In any configuration I want, and have my piece lifted off. We're not going to mess with that right now, but these just came in the mail, so I want to make sure they fit this piece of perforated metal. And we're going to mess with that more in a second. The issue I'm having, and the reason that we're going to run tests is, let me get rid of this stuff. Let me get this stuff out of the way, and then I will, because I'll show you with the camera. Do I invest in precious metals? How so? Like, am I stealing people's catalytic converters, or you mean like, do I invest in gold? I think the dog might want out. Hold on just a second. If you try to get towards the garage door, then I got to put you back inside. Gold and silver rounds. What's a well, obviously the answer is no, but when you say rounds, what are you what are you referring to? Okay, so the issue that I've been having, what's up, Patriots Works? Morning. Time is it? Where you at? I should probably know this. Okay, so here's the issue. Let me get something that we can focus on. Let's just go with. That's fine. All right. So here is a piece of plywood that we're gonna run tests on. Like 99 or is. And I do not invest in precious metals. And do you have like some line on some good shit or something? I actually run. I buy a lot of crypto right now, but it's just kind of like a little hobby to Like I jumped in on that Shiba Inu or whatever just to see if it was going to go up to $1 overnight. It did not. Okay, so let me jump in the software real quick. And oh yeah, it won't let me do anything until I can move this. I forgot I can move it. Okay, so here's my issue, or possible issue. This is what we're trying to figure out right now. All right, if right now, do you see where these lines are? Like, let's raise this up further. So those are the crosshairs to line stuff up, right? Hold this up too far. Hold, please. There we go. Okay. So these are the crosshairs. I don't know if I can get you down there with this deal, but the crosshairs are here. Laser is there. So when I line something up, I don't know if I'm supposed to line it up with the crosshairs or under the laser. So I mean, it's about. I guess this line's about right, but this is way over. He just woke up from a nap at work. Morning. So, okay, Pierce, just out of curiosity, because I really don't know. It's a genuine question. I'm not fucking with you. How do you go about investing in silver? You try to get out there. Okay, so when I've been aligning things on, like, for instance, I thought I had this thing dead center and it shifted over. So I'm not sure what I'm supposed to be, which line I'm supposed to be lining up with. So what we're gonna do, I think, see what's the best way to do this. The best way to do this is draw something on there, you think, or trying to think of a good way to test this. I guess I could draw a box and then try to center on the box, you think? Actually, you know what? Let's do this. I have this little piece that I already burnt, or that I already cut out, this guy. And so it'll be nice and contrasted against the wood, right? So let's just do this. Let's do this. Okay, we're gonna drop this down. I guess you guys, I feel like I almost need 2 cameras now. And I feel like let's see that a little bit better. Is that better? One, I'm gonna focus it. So on the D1, the focus billet, they got rid of it. It's just a little kickstand now. It comes up like that. Okay, now my thought is I take this. Well, it's kind of hard to get under there because this is so close to it, but let's give me something. I say that like you're going to be able to hand me something. I'm serious, dog. If you try to get out that door, you're going inside. I have the garage door open a little bit so I can run the fan, and the dog is like eyeballing the open door, but she's going to have to like climb under my bench to get to it. So, all right. So, if that's the case, what was that? Got it. Hey, Rocco. Okay, so if that's on the lower left corner, sometimes I gotta talk through this stuff. Also, man, this is just a horrible playlist. For you guys that weren't on earlier, I just had the music going in the background, and one of the songs got copyright claimed. So that I just deleted that live because it doesn't do me any good. And I don't really care. I just want something. I don't want music that's going to put people to sleep. Let's try this. Okay. If you don't like the music, or if you got a different music to try, let me know. I'm just looking up copyright-free music on Spotify. Okay, so here's my thought. That piece, I believe, is 25 by 25. So if I make a rectangle, a square, and let's make it 20 by 20. 20, right? And man, it unlocks that every time, doesn't it? I don't like software that doesn't save my settings. Okay, but so if that's 20 by 20, and we're just going to engrave basswood, let's say. Now, here's the weird thing. Like, we go into the laser. 1 minute. It's going to take a minute to do this? Are you going to cut it? All right. So let's check this out. Well, so here's the first thing. From 1950, you can buy. I'm sorry, I'm reading your stuff. Okay, so I gotcha. So are you just buying actual silver? Because I know at one point, or I know back in the day, like you used to be able to purchase like kind of shares of silver like you would stocks. Okay, so here's my thought while I'm talking here. So Rocco, I'm trying to figure out what this thing's center is. Because when I did, like earlier when I did that flask, I thought I had a dead center on that flask and then it engraved to the left. So, and what I was telling these guys earlier is this thing has a crosshairs that's supposed to line up. But the crosshairs in the laser have a distance in between them. So I'm not sure what's lining up. So what we're going to do right here, and this might tell us right here. We're going to run a frame. So right now, let's put that in. So I have the laser. I either have the laser or those crosshairs pointed at the bottom of that square. So if I run a frame, okay, shit. So it is. So that is dead on. All right. So if I run this right now, since the square that I just designed is smaller. All right, let's just run it right now. Yeah. I love it. Did you see that? It said it was going to be like 3 minutes long, and then it was nothing. Okay, so let me move the laser. All right, so I don't know how well you guys can see that. I can't see you guys at all. I don't know how well you guys can see that, the little square, but somehow I guess it knows where that. Somehow it takes into consideration where that is and aligns the laser to it, I guess. Anyway, yeah. So Rocco, when I did the flask, and now I'm gonna run another flask just to make sure. I might just run the back of this. I can't remember if I lined those crosshairs up or the laser up with what I thought was the center, because even when I ran a frame, I thought it was right. So again, in good old build dad build philosophy, let's just run it and find out. This is going to be, I can tell right now, this is not going to be a great engrave because the flask is not flat here, but technically, not even technically. All right. So if I center those crosshairs, and then we go back to the software, and so Rocco, this is has a separate crosshair system, whereas like any diode that I've worked with, you just turn the diode on at like 0.5% or something, and so you can see a dot. Whereas this has like crosshairs like a CO2 does. Okay, so we're gonna grab. Let's see. We're gonna grab my logo again, and I can't remember what we did it at last time. I like this size, but I might do it smaller just for time's sake. Let's go. I think like 50 square. Okay. Now, coated metal. So it's setting it for me. I'm not really messing with any of the other things. So all I really want to see is what this is how this is gonna engrave. Okay, so I'm going to start this from dead center. It says it's going to be 6 minutes. I can't believe it's going to be that long. But okay, so let's look at framing. So as you guys can see, maybe you can't. Here, let's turn this down for a second. Let's just turn it off for a second. So see that axe is damn near in the middle of that thing, right? I'm not crazy. That's the biggest question. What's up, William? I have to ask myself that quite often if I'm crazy or not. So to me, that's dead center. So if I run this thing now, it should engrave my logo in the middle of that thing. Didn't I say something about running a frame and I didn't do it? Anyway, all right. Let me get you guys back up here. All right. Yeah, so we're just kind of poking around. Only buy physical silver. So you buying coins, or are you buying like actual chunks of silver? The dog is eyeballing the garage door. I wouldn't mind if she got out, but she just kind of runs away. I mean, she doesn't run away, but she doesn't. She doesn't come back very easy. What? You can retract messages? So wait a second, Pierce, can you do that because you're a moderator, or can anybody delete a message after they put it out there? I mean, I'm just curious. Interesting. So, okay, so you buy coins. Is that an actual minted somebody's coin, like a quarter or something? Or can you buy just like for lack of a better term, like a slug of silver. Because I know you can buy bars. Interesting. Okay. All right. Well, son of a bitch, if this thing isn't in the center now, look at this. Well, all right. That is very cool. Like, so, so then I want to test, I'm going to test one of these guys. These are my test things. These are old water containers that the wife and I had. And so, as you can see, they're all ate up on the top. But I've been engraving in them. I'm curious. To me, the software was inverting. Well, if I flipped it, let's see how to say this. If I flipped it horizontally in the software, it seemed to me, I'm not without making errors on shit like this, but it seemed to me like when I flipped it horizontally, it still showed it flipped horizontally on there, but it flipped it vertically as well. And like when it did it, so this one, when I did this one, it like, so it's right. So it was flipped horizontally, but the vertical flip didn't show in the software. So there's been an update to software. I want to see if that's fixed. Oh, Pierce, I don't give a shit. I was just curious. It says, I don't know if it says it to everybody. It says like message retracted or message redacted or whatever. Because I know, so Pierce, I know that like $50 and dollar coins in the U.S. I think I want to. You might have already said this. Before '76, were like a large percent. I'm trying to turn the music down. Were a large percent silver, and since then, like it's a lot less. And because that was a thing that like we used to make coins out of those rings, and you wanted to get before, I think it was 76. You want to get before that year or before, because it was more silver. If not, when you try to do the treatment, so you'd hammer the ring, like you hammer the edge of the ring, and you keep doing that until it flattens out and you drill at the center. And if it was after that date, it looked really weird because it had like copper content to it or something else. All right. So I need to be timing this too. In my experience, no laser, or well, I guess no laser software can accurately predict how long the laser is going to run, and to me that doesn't make any sense at all. I don't get it. But the Muse does it, the Artura does it, or Lightroom does it, and then now this one does it too, where it says it's going to be 8 minutes and then it's 4 or something like that. I don't know where the dog is. Yep. Okay. So yeah, Pierce, totally, man. That's fine. All right. So when you engrave on coated metal like this, you're gonna get it. You're gonna get a result like this, where it still has the soot and everything on there. Apparently, I've heard a lot of people say that. Well, I've watched a lot of videos where they're scrubbing on it and all this stuff. Let me show you the easy way to do it. This is water. This is my Shishiga Bone water bottle. And this is a melamine sponge, or half of one, and or like a magic eraser. But these are much cheaper. I buy a lot of them. Okay, so watch. Not doing anything else. Bam. Took like 2 seconds. I've seen people scrubbing shit. Invest in some melamine sponges, kids. And possibly some sort of rag to wipe the stuff off of. Okay, so that was so interesting. So this thing somehow, even though the laser and the crosshairs are that far apart, it takes that in consideration when you're lining it up. That's very cool. I'm very down with that. Okay, so let's I am going to also, dude, here, let's can we talk cabbage for a second? If you guys want to make some money and you have a laser, let me find this order real quick and I will I just ordered these flasks. Yes, that is a flask. It was the back of the flask, but you know, it's got I think it's a little 6-ounce flask, a little twist off. So let me find these things. And if you're going to do a lot of them, you could probably get them cheaper wholesale someplace. But 10-piece set flasks. This is on Amazon. If it ever loads. So 10 of those flasks, $30. So $3 a piece, right? So your overhead is $3 plus lasering and your time. That's kind of money in the bank. 1 second. I hear somebody closing doors outside, and I think somebody just pulled up. All right, sorry about that. That was the neighbor. When I have the it throws me off because I can hear more shit when I have the garage door open a little bit. All right, so what we're gonna do now is we are gonna lift this thing up a little bit more, and we're gonna try some more cuts, or engraves, I guess, on these guys with the rotary. So let's show you guys how easy this thing is. So one thing, let me find them. So the D1 comes with 12 of these risers. When they sent this to me, they only sent me 4. So they're supposed to be sending me more, but you're going to see me set this up on 2x4s as well. That's only to raise it to the height it needs to be. If you ordered it, you should get the right number of risers. They, I guess they had a bunch. That Black Friday sale, they had a bunch of sales that went through. So they are currently out of the risers. They call them razors. I call them risers. But they're going to send me some when they're back in stock. And then I got a weird email from them, I think yesterday, where they said they were sending me a care package. So that could be what that is. All right. So normally you put razors, the number of razors you wanted to get it to the right height. Like I would think you probably need 2, but they have the razors in there that you can raise it up. So like if you wanted to put something, thick under here too. And then don't mind my fancy. You guys wish you were this fancy with the ability to raise your laser like this. 2x4s, baby. All right. So now, push this up a little bit. Just cause. And then I was intimidated about doing stuff with the rotary, but it's freaking easy, man. So you put this in here like this. It plugs in. There's a little. Can you see where I'm going? Kind of. It plugs in right here. And then when you get ready to do something on the rotary, which we'll do in a second, you just need to click a button in the software and tell it that it's a cylinder. And I guess what it does is instead of running the y-axis, it turns it. So let's see if we can find a clean spot. I have some more of these laying around someplace if we need them. And then I want to come in here. I want to focus. Bring that up. And then now that we're focused, I'm just going to bring this over and say, let's go for like a center deal. Let's try that. Okay. All right, let's see. I'm fancier than Applebee's, bitches. Like straight up going to Chili's and shit. What's wrong, bud? Hold, please. Let me see. Did you run out of time? No. Hold on a second. Let me check out. What you want? Here, come here, bud. What do you want to eat? We're going to have hamburgers in a little bit, but do you want? Yeah. How about turkey and some pineapple? Okay. Because we're going to eat fairly soon. Sorry, guys. I'm fixing a tablet here. So, bud, do you remember that you used your tablet for about a half hour this morning, too? So you may be out of time. Well, let's see. Hold on. Don't go grabbing stuff out of my hand. All right. You should be good. Guys, 1 second. I need to feed my kid. Yeah, the kid loves pineapple. I love pineapple too. But actually, the kid loves watermelon more than anything. But it's kind of out of season now, so he's been switched over to pineapple. And don't be gross, man. Because I would be gross right now. Okay, so we're gonna rotate this. And you guys can't see this, so one second. Just. Oh, that's right. So I was like, you can't rotate perfectly on this, but you can just go in and type in what you want to do, what um, degree you want it at. So you don't really have to be that clear on it. Okay, so let me show you this. This is what we're looking at, right? Actually, I'm realizing one thing. I have to invert this real quick, or I guess that. I don't know why. I don't quite understand that, other than I guess because of the way the y-axis runs it. But then once we come in here, you need to click this button right here, so it knows that there's a cylinder in there. We're going to frame, and then I'm going to drop this right here. Frame it again. Okay, so we got to move this a little bit because. So when I hit frame, I'm going to hit frame and show you at the same time. So we're gonna run into another image, I think, but that's working better than it was. All right, well, I'm thinking it was user error the first time we're in it, but let's see if this is see how this works. Okay, so the way, in case you guys don't understand, the way the rotary works is instead of the y-axis running on these belts, it's telling the y-axis, it's telling this thing to turn. I don't know if you can see it, but it's every time that runs, it turns just a little bit. And that's how you can do cylindrical objects, like stuff like that, and like water bottles and stuff like that. Like tumblers are big right now. Rocco, dude, battery backup, man. All I gotta say. All right, I'm gonna let you guys watch this for a second while I go check on my kids, but the other one is playing on her tablet. So. Also, check on my kids is code for getting another whiskey. In case you guys were wondering, the kids are good. What? Okay, apparently they're not. Richard, wife's not home yet. She's actually on. Take it easy, Rocco. She's out on her way home, but I am the one that takes care of the kids most of the time. Okay. So see, do you see this? It flipped it upside down. I don't understand why that's flipped. Like you saw this is what it looks like in the software. So the orientation should be going that way. The orientation is not going that way. Richard, I live in Houston. 1 second. The kid is wants some honey out your. So I don't really care if it's gonna do that. Like as long as it's consistent, I'll just invert the image every time, or I'll uninvert the image, I guess. I'm just afraid that like in a software update, it's gonna fix that, and then I'm gonna ruin another, something or another while I'm working on it. Anyway, all right, so let's stop this again because we don't care at this point, right? All right, I'm going to. So one of the things that's kind of nice about this, and I don't know if you'll still be able to do this if they make the deal with Lightburn, but right now I can put this wherever I want, meaning that I don't have to jog it with the controllers. Okay, so here's what we're looking at, right? I'm gonna select that, and I guess we're gonna flip it this way, right? So then the question is, does it need to be flipped like that or not? Let's do both, right? We're all just learning here. All right, and then if you guys haven't seen kind of going through here, it's pretty self-explanatory as far as I'm concerned. We'll run a frame on it real quick just to make sure that we're in the right spot. All right, cylinder working. Again, I don't like software that doesn't save my stuff. But let's check it out. Okay, so I'm gonna move it. That I think. Let's frame it again. All right, perfect. All right, let's roll. All right. All right, where are you guys? There you are. What's up, Rogue? I haven't seen you in a while. I really want to learn how to do it like you. Well, thanks, Richard. I've worked on it for quite a bit. My new thing, like if I can really get this to work, this is something I've been trying to do for a while and never found a good way to do it. I'm trying to figure out if it's inverted yet or not. It might be right. It's just weird though. I haven't had a tool to do this until now, but I do have the small CNC, the desktop CNC over there. And so what I want to try to do is to like shushigiba on something, stain it, and then go with the CNC and carve out an image that would not be burnt. Does that make sense? To me, that would be, I get a little like new school or a little old school in there. Then, you get the cool texture and everything like that. And the thing is, I can't hand carve it because it's not flat anymore. I can't router carve it or anything like that. So I think that'd be really neat. And, you can do a pre, give me a second. I would lose my ass if it wasn't attached. I put it back. All right. I'm getting on cylinders. You're up off the piece more, and I'm getting a little bit of stuff off the side. So I know you guys wish you had cool orange birth control glasses like this, and I can give you a link to them if you want them. But it's all about fashion. Sorry, it's hard to read the screen to you, so I'm just going to do this for a minute. I would love to know how I can see who's on. It's a thing, man. I get like, well, I don't really get in too many arguments about it because I just am over it and I don't want to hear fucking people run their mouths anymore. But Shishugibon has kind of like, so original Shishugibon was on cedar and it was a way to treat wood and I know all that, and people get really pissed when you say Shishugibon and use pine or something like that. And like, obviously probably not to you guys as much, but me being across platforms and things like that, I get shit about it all the time. And I'm like, y'all need to get over it because it's a resurgence. It is a technique, and it's just like you're stuck in old world. Don't be stuck in old world. Come to new world. It's fun. We have whiskey. All right, so, I didn't want to do that. What is that, Jim? What kind of gang sign are you throwing up? Richard, you'd be surprised at who fucking wants to like go to the mattresses on that shit. And I'm like, dude, it is a technique. And let me just, what's up, Andrew? And just for the fucking cheap seats, Shishugibon is a misnomer. It's a misinterpretation of the technique anyway. So Shishugibon doesn't really mean anything. So to argue that it's an ancient Japanese technique when the actual technique is called yakasugi, I'm sorry, I'm looking down here. Your camera's up here. Is like, that's the bullshit thing too. And what irritates me is when people want to argue with me about this, and I'm like, sit down. I know more than you. You know, like I have read the things. I've looked into the things. I researched the things. Richard, I do not. This is my full-time job is content creation. Well, my full-time job is content creation and taking care of the kids. So, I'm well, I don't want to say I'm a stay-at-home dad just because the kids are in kindergarten, but I take them to school, I pick them up, take care of them until mama gets home, you know, that stuff. Jacob, when I do this, I just don't want to look directly at the laser. Jacob, what part of Arizona? My wife and I lived in Phoenix and Peoria for like, well, she lived in Phoenix for several years. I moved out there, and I think we both lived in Phoenix and Peoria. It's like 3 years, maybe. Phoenix, or actually Arizona in general, is the one place my wife and I have moved and lived enough like several places. That's the one place I've moved back. Probably not Phoenix anymore. Phoenix is like grown so big, grown so much. Okay, so here's our latest little deal. Again, I'm kind of confused on why I have to invert both ways to get it to do that. To me, that's glitchy software. And so for those of you who just like showed up, when you etch on coated metal like this, it comes out kind of looking gray like that. All you need, if I can find it, little melamine sponge, some water. There's nothing in here but water. Spray. Rub. Reminds me of a girl I used to know. And bam. Puppy. Look at that. Now, let me dry it off too, but looks good, right? Easy peasy. Lemon motherfucking squeezy. So I would say, there's probably a bigger market for tumblers. your cost per tumbler is your cost versus profit is going to be lower than doing flasks. If you could hook up and do like flasks for like bachelor parties and shit like that, you'd be fucking rocking it. Road, Philadelphia, huh? So back in the day, Mom was home, by the way. Back in the day, I was an insurance adjuster. And when I was an insurance adjuster, the majority of claims that I adjusted were in Pennsylvania. Let's see, 2018 Jeep Toyota RV. Yeah, I live. You can come say hi. I don't have to freak out. The kids have been out here already. We've just been different tests with the with the laser. I totally thought that like the burgers and everything would be well. That's the latest one. Just like I'm working on some, just tweaking it out. The burgers are like not as thought as I would have thought they would be. Let's see. Yeah, so Philadelphia. I'm sorry, Philadelphia, PA. I adjusted claims there for probably 6-8 years. How are you gonna go in the house, wife, and not close the garage? Nick in Oregon. All right, what's up, brother? Let's see. Just started up a clothing brand. Would love to send you some gear. Jacob, hook it up, brother. I would. So, email me, nick@builddadbuild.com. I have some ideas for you. I've played around a little bit with making some shirts on my own and trying to sell them on Etsy to kind of no avail. But I have some funny fucking shirts I'm gonna get out in the world. But yeah, man, if you want to send me some gear, yeah, absolutely. Yo, what's up, cuz? That's right, baby. I grew up in St. Louis. I've heard that a lot. Yeah, man, just shoot me an email and we will wrap offline about that because I like to. There's some stuff that, like I said, I try to push it out through Etsy, and I'm done with Etsy. I'm done with Etsy if it's not my own shit because I don't want to drop ship and I don't want to do all this stuff. Understandable Rogue status. Take it easy. I'm gonna have to roll here in a minute too. We can eat before too long. Let's see. I was gonna. I'll be right back. And like I said, I'll be in a few. All right. Okay. So now I'm catch up. Hold on. And Jacob, honestly, that might be a game plan. Like, so I do have like a Teespring account because I can put I can have like a merch shelf on my YouTube channel. But come on, man, Teespring, like, you know, their merch isn't the greatest. So I would be interested in doing some build that build stuff, like some nice build that build stuff, maybe some different like new designs. Let's see, Jonathan, New Mexico, checking in. Cottonwood in the wood shop, watching Nick do his thing. You know, I am doing my thing. That's what I'm doing. Let's see. So I'm gonna run one more of these because I still I don't know about you guys. Like, I have to run a million tests because I always doubt myself. Inspired me to burn wood and burn my deck. It's amazing. Make sure you keep up. Yes, Pierce, that is me. So if you do a deck, just make sure you keep up on the upkeep, like keep oiling it or whatever you're putting on it, because what'll happen is once that starts to break down a little bit, it'll start trapping more and more dirt in it, and it'll be harder to clean. So if you oiled it, I don't know how you finished it, but whatever you finished, make sure you keep up with it. It's the biggest thing. I mean, it's kind of the same thing as well as, or I mean, it's kind of, sorry, as well. It's kind of the same thing as if you do like Shishigaban on siding or a fence or something like that. It actually kind of requires a little bit more maintenance, a little bit more frequent maintenance, I guess. So what? It's polyed out. So, I mean, but honestly, poly even, foot traffic's going to like basically like the main places where people walk will wear through. So just keep an eye on it. Yeah, and go follow my Instagram, you fuckers. If you're not already. I should do more stuff on YouTube. Well, I mean, like more one-to-one, but if you want to like follow like day-to-day progress of Build That Build, follow me on Instagram and just watch my stories. I tell you what I'm doing every day. We get up, we have a little coffee, do the thing. What do we want to etch onto this pretty, fairly beat up, pink deal? Anybody have any ideas? I feel like I've etched my logo on too many things today. Let's go. Let's think. Okay, well, you go away. Nobody wants that shit. Bam. Let's see. What do we want to play with? Too bad I'm like the sports guy or something. Let's see. You know what? I have some other lasered images that I'll just import from there. Let's go with import. Ooh, that might be interesting. Let's see. Do we go with the Watchman Smiley? If you don't know what I'm talking about, you have to leave now. Let's do the alien. The alien would be cool. The alien would be cool if it's if it doesn't etch the right way, we won't know. Oh God, thing's enormous. Let's go 50. Hey, where'd it go? Okay. You guys can't see what I'm seeing, so. All right, 90 degrees. All right, and then, oh, I guess I don't really need to mess with it, which is cool. We like that. Wick, appreciate it, brother. If you guys, so Wick, I totally appreciate the donation. I really do. if anybody else wants to donate, I'd rather you guys go donate to my Movember campaign. It is. I'm getting. I might get a little misty because it's kind of bummed me out this year. It's Movember's all about men's health. That's the reason I'm sporting this ridiculous mustache. And it's something that's really important to me. And I've been asking for people to donate, and nobody's donating. I think I got two pity donations today. But if you would like to, as much as I would love you to support my channel by donating money to me, I would much rather that money go to a charity that's there for men's mental and physical health. But Wick, man, I'm totally keeping your $5. I agree with what Jonathan's saying, by the way. Back from Alberta, Canada. Oh, my Movember link. Shit, I don't know if I have it on here. Movember. That's kind of what started this whole. No shit. Here, let me just do this. This is easier. This what spurred this whole live thing today. Is I was bummed. I didn't really want to mess with pulling the camera out, so obviously I pulled the camera out anyway. I didn't want to I just wanted to work on some stuff. I had to upgrade my CNC, and I wanted to work on the laser a little bit. So I was just like, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna do some lives, and try not to fucking feel sorry for myself. Sorry, it's just I try to be as candid with you guys as possible. Okay, so let me grab this. Copy. Here is the link. If any of you guys want to donate, I appreciate it. Dude, that is not the link. Sorry. That's the problem with using both a Mac and a PC in the same day. Copy. And, what's up, Carlos? Okay, anyway, so let's rock this out, and then I gotta go hang out with my wife. We are going to engrave the alien on this deal. And okay, so I'm gonna give you again proprietary software for the D1. Not my favorite, but it has potential. So they have a material thing. So basically, this is coated metal, right? I don't know if you saw that, but it just changed the settings. It was like, this is what you're doing. And I'm like, all right. We're going to go with image mode of gray because it's black and white. But they do offer all of these guys that actually exist in Lightburn. I'm not going to mess with the sharpness or anything. I've been told if you're going to do like logos and stuff, you want to bring the sharpness up as high as possible so you get this really crisp lines. I haven't seen a big problem with the lines as it is. Okay, so we hit start. It assesses the situation. Did it already change it? It did not. Okay, so I wanted to start from middle. So all I did was just that blue dot that was over here. I'm just saying I want you to start here. And then we're going to go cylinder working. That tells it that it's a cylinder and it's going to rotate versus flat. And then I'm going to hit the framing, but I want you guys to watch what it's at. So it gives me an idea of where it's going to go. It's start. It's going to start. And basically, at the end of this, I'm going to go inside and hang out with the wife. Um, but yeah, a laser in itself is going to give you the ability to personalize your work, which is going to make you more money, right? I say this all the time. A rotary is going to give you even more ability to make money, man. You know, things that are hot right now, laser engraved tumblers, laser engraved glasses, I guess, and like I did flasks earlier, right? So this guy right here, just in the back, I bought this off of Amazon. I bought 10 of these for $30, right? That is $3 a piece, if my math is not failing me yet. You can laser engrave, all right, that one's off center, but you can laser engrave anything you want on these, right? So you can personalize them. First of all, just for this matte black flask, I would expect to pay $15, right? 10, $15. Personalized, shit, 25. $3. You're gonna pay for your laser like that. You get into I know some guys that like have deals with like their local law enforcement or something, or realtors are like a big game where they print off a bunch of cups for them with their logo on them and shit like that. Like these things print money if you market them correctly. Let's see. Yeah, and the funny thing is, Jonathan, you say that. Okay, so like spar urethane, it kind of go to like, well, depending on what the thing is, depending on how much wear it's going to get. But like, if it's going to get a lot of wear, spar urethane is my go-to for like outdoor. And I used that on something. I think I used it on the outdoor chairs I made 3 years ago. And somebody's like, Helmsworth, or it's not Helmsworth, whatever. Hemsworth. I probably still have some, but it starts with an H or whatever. Urethane, that stuff's crap. Like, you're gonna have to reapply it in a year. It's gonna be total trash and blah blah blah. I'm like, 3 years, baby, and the shit's fine. And that was cheap spar urethane. You guys, like a lot of guys, are always asking me like, oh, what, like, how's the outdoor application? I'm like, well, here's the deal with outdoor application than anything. What's gonna give you your survival rate is the finishing product that you use on it. Like, how well is it UV resistant? How usually that kind of like, cost equates into that. I'm like, yeah. So if you use cheap spar urethane, you're gonna have to reapply that shit every year, right? That goes with any kind of finish. It's just you notice it faster when it's outdoor stuff. I don't know if I would, man. Like, you're gonna have like kind of two different layers of whatnot. I don't know, Jonathan. What do you think? I'm like, it's a urethane and a urethane. So technically, you're in the same like chemical realm. I think you probably could, actually. Now that I think about it, it's not like putting like if you'd put a water-based stain, let's say, or a water-based top coat, and then you wanted to put oil over it, I'd be worried about like moisture or something getting trapped in there. But I think the urethane I think spar urethane may, because it is still a urethane, may bond. Right? I think so. I don't want to say it definitively, but in my limited chemical or chemistry mind, I believe that should work. All right. We have the alien. So there she is, right? And then let's so they don't die. All right. Remember again, water, magic eraser, and then I think these look weird on camera when they still have water on them. So there that is. Wow, that is some serious light right in the middle of that. I'm trying to see if I can do. Check that out. Looks good as shit. Okay. Thanks, Jonathan. I would. Let's see. So, Wick, I wouldn't worry about it right now. I would just, honestly, I would just pay attention to your traffic areas because you're going to wear through there faster. So, if you're like looking out and you're like, oh man, it's a really nice deck. But let's say you go from like your, back door down a flight of steps over here. And every time you look out, you're looking at the rest of the deck. You may not realize that this is getting worn over here. Let's see. What is it that you are talking about? A laser? What? Okay, Richard, I'm either not understanding that or there's something's wrong with that sentence. What is that you are talking about? A laser? What? I don't understand what you're asking me, sir. Basically, this all sparked up. I think if I'm receiving what you're throwing my way, when I originally got the Artura laser, my first laser, I just got it because I thought it would be cool, and then I realized, like, man, you can use this to okay, I will address you in just a second. I got you. When I got the Artura, I was like, wow, this is kind of cool. And then I was like, man, you can immediately personalize work with this. So like you can make a cutting board, but now you can make a cutting board and you can laser engrave the company's name or the family's name or something. And you know what? Engraving something like that, you can charge more for because personalization is what people are looking for. So I'm gonna turn this off because it's kind of loud. The engraver that I'm using right here, the laser cutter is the X Tool D1, which I just did a video on, and they're having a Black Friday sale that may still be going on, where you can put $20 down on a bundle and pay it off over time if you want to. So this is the X Tool D1. This is the rotary they sent me that came with it. That over there, kind of in the darkness, is my Artura, which is a 5-watt diode laser. Great for engraving, doing tile work, and stuff like that as well. How much is one? How much is so the X Tool? Well, the D1 here and the Artura there start around. I gotta look, man. I don't want to lie to you. Let's see. Artura.net. I can't remember. We've been through so many different versions. Let's see. I don't know. Nope. That one. Okay, so the Artura LaserMaster 2 Pro. Oh wow, they just bumped the price up on that. It was about $400. It's like $479 now, which puts it in line with the D1, the 5-watt D1. This one is also the D1, but this is the 10-watt version. And and this version is like in the 700 range. But this version will also cut. It'll cut. I don't know where my cut piece is. It'll cut. It'll cut 6 millimeter. This is poplar, so it'll cut 6 millimeter, like not hardwood, but kind of hardwood. It'll cut 10 millimeter pine. This is crazy. But you know, like you don't need that. So like, as far as the X tool, I like everything about the X tool except it has proprietary software, which the Artura doesn't. So it kind of depends on if you like want the machine to do everything for you, or you want to be able to handle it more. Or so Wick, I am confused on what Signature Series is. But I personally would buy the X tool first, the D1. Okay, so Wick on Fire. Okay, you cannot cut metal with anything less than a fiber laser. Fiber lasers are very expensive, and they get more expensive when you're trying to cut. Like engraving engraving metal is like some other lasers can engrave. Like this isn't. So this isn't engraving metal. This is we're taking the paint off and we're revealing the metal underneath. And then there's like stainless steel will engrave as well. But like once you start talking about cutting, you're looking at a fiber laser. You're looking at like $8 to $10 grand. Well, I take it back. I think there's some smaller versions are about $5, but they're spendy. All right, Jem. Yeah, I gotta go make dinner too. It's actually I'm supposed to be making dinner right now. Wick, always put your brand on something, dude. Anything you sell, put your brand on. Kobe. If you're asking me, I'm in Houston, and I am signing off because I have to go cook dinner for the kids. But if you have any questions about any of the lasers or anything we've done tonight, or the CNC or anything, email me at nick@build.build.com. I will answer your questions. If you guys want to see more of these, let me know. Cool. All right, I gotta go. Bye. It's like, do you want to end?